The Dallas Mavericks are heading to the NBA Finals. Congratulations to the Dallas Mavericks, who are heading to the NBA Finals, and if you know, they won their last ring in 2011, so it has been a little while. We gotta talk about what they've done in these playoffs, but especially what happened in this Timberwolves series because they were so dominant. So let's start there. Luka, of course, did his thing in the closeout game again. I think Luka low-key, high-key, loves closeout games because they had a stat on the screen that in closeout games he averages like 35 points per game, which is crazy to say. And what did he do right from the start? Oh, just dropped, 20 in the first quarter, was on fire. There's something about Luka in a closeout game because we know that, for example, the Timberwolves just got blown out. Both times they played Phoenix, they blew out Phoenix in the closeout game. Obviously, Kyrie was not there, but Luka and the Dallas Mavericks. And then I believe in the bubble also when they played the Clippers, correct me if I'm wrong, they blew them out in the blowout game. They blew them out in the closeout game. So Luka I don't know, he just blows teams out in the last game. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. We cannot understate the importance of Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford in this series. They were incredible. They have been incredible all playoffs, especially Derek Lively as a rookie because he doesn't have any experience in the playoffs and he's not really making any mistakes. When he gets a lob thrown to him, he makes it. He obviously, we talked about this before, his free throws are a struggle for him a bit, but again, he's a rookie, he'll get better at them. And when he needed to make them, he actually was making them. We were talking about this, I forgot what series this was, maybe it was the last round, where they started to do Hack a Lively, and then he went 6 for 7. He gives them great energy. He will hustle for loose balls. He just does all the right things, and he actually makes pretty good plays and passes for a rookie. Not even just for a rookie, just in general. Like I said, he doesn't make mistakes. He makes the right play when the ball's in his hands. Shout out to Derek Lively. And then Daniel Gafford, I've talked about him before as well. His impact on the defensive end. He had so many timely blocks in this series, and he obviously also was a lob threat a bunch of the time. They were just really crushing the Timberwolves in terms of lobbing it up to, it didn't actually, even Derrick Jones Jr., him too. They would just throw it up, Luka or Kyrie, and one of the guys would get it. And Minnesota did not have an answer for that. Besides not having an answer for Luka and Kyrie as well, but that's expected because it's Luka and Kyrie. But the fact that they couldn't stop Luka and Kyrie, and they couldn't stop the lob threat, it was pretty much going to end up being a loss for Minnesota if they couldn't contain them in one way or another. PJ Washington didn't even have his best series. He hit some timely shots in the series as well. He hit some timely threes in the corner. When he's in the corner, you can't leave him. He's turning into the PJ Tucker, which is funny. They're both PJ. But if you know, you know. PJ Tucker used to be automatic from the corner, and now PJ Washington is automatic from the corner. But he didn't even have his best series. Imagine he was cooking the way he was the series before. This might have been a sweep. Dallas really looks great on both ends. Offensively, we always knew they would be good because, again, you got Luka and Kyrie, two very, very talented offensive players. And again, lob threats all around. They just have all the right players around them. So we knew offensively they would be good, but defensively, they have really bought in. Shout out to Jason Kidd because, I'm not there, but I assume he has got them to buy into defense because Luka is playing some of the best defense we've ever seen him play. And Luka is obviously not known as a, grand defender. And Kyrie is known for being a defender at times, but obviously not the best defender either. Both of them were everywhere. Did you see Luka diving for loose balls and also getting in the passing lanes, and he blocked a couple of shots. He was doing defensive things I've never seen him do, or at least we haven't seen him do it consistently. The fact that on the defensive end, they were getting stops from all 5 players. So basically there was no liabilities on defense. Again, at the end of the day, if you just attack Luka every single time or attack Kyrie every single time, you will get some shots up. Again, they're not a defensive player of the year, no matter how hard they try. We get that. But the fact that they were giving maximum effort every single play, like you could just tell the energy was different. And because there is no liabilities on defense now, at least, somewhat, that could be really scary in the NBA Finals. Because the one weakness and the hole in the Luka and Kyrie pairing in general, and just, the backcourt, was that what are they going to do defensively? We know they'll score 70 between the two of them, but what are they going to do defensively? And they have answered that bell. And now we go to the NBA Finals and they're playing Boston. What a series. I will definitely do a matchup preview coming soon because obviously now we know who's playing in the NBA Finals. There's going to be some craziness going on in this Finals because we got a lot of things to talk about. But just like my video where I talked about Boston going to the NBA Finals, and at that point we didn't know it was Dallas, although it seemed like it. But since we didn't know, I just gave a few keys to the NBA Finals for Boston in general, whoever it was, that they would need to do to win. So I'll quickly do that here for Dallas. And then, like I said, in probably my next video, whenever that is, which obviously will be very soon because I post quite often. But whenever that is, I'll talk about the matchups between the two of them. But just quickly, a couple of things that Dallas needs to do, no matter who they were facing, Boston or not, to win the championship is, first of all, Luka and Kyrie have to be special. And the reason I say that is, and I'll give a little sneak peek to something I'm going to say in the matchup preview video because I have thought about this for, a few days now. But I think the next series, we're going to see Kyrie Irving kind of do what Luka just did today. What I mean by that is, we saw Kyrie in the series before kind of take a back seat offensively, not even just to Luka, but to PJ Washington. Like, he wasn't scoring a ton, and it didn't matter because he was doing a lot of other good things, but we didn't see him be like, a 40-point per game guy that we see him do a lot. So my little sneak peek, I think the next series, or the finals rather, we're going to see a Kyrie Irving series. Not only do I think he's going to be efficient, and he's going to cook everybody on Boston. Like, I think he's coming for Boston. Now, I'm not saying necessarily they're going to win the NBA Finals. Again, we'll discuss that in the matchup preview, who I think is going to end up winning. But I think he's going to cook, and I think his teammates are going to feed him the ball too. I think we could see Kyrie averaging like 37 points per game in the series. I'm not kidding. I think this is a Kyrie series. So besides those two needing to be special in order for them to win, I think they're going to need, obviously, Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford to stay out of foul trouble. Now, they were not in heavy foul trouble all the time in the series. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, because Boston has a lot of, perimeter shooting, especially if Porzingis is back, that's going to drag the centers out on the perimeter. They need to stay away from fouling because part of what makes Dallas so hard to guard, like I said, is those lob threats. And if they're in foul trouble, you kind of take that away. But I am excited. The NBA Finals is set, so let's see what happens.